There is this viral video going around, especially in Christian circles, that you might have seen. It involves a supposedly miraculous survival of a Bible from a car fire in Memphis late in February.
All right, an incredible story from Memphis this morning. Good Samaritans are being credited with saving a man's life after a violent fiery crash. This Jeep went up in flames after getting sideswiped and pushed off the interstate. They were able to get him out. As she said, he is expected to be okay. Firefighters found another miracle, though, inside the burned out car, a Bible on the front seat that wasn't burned at all.
So that is God. So you don't believe, I don't know what to say.
I certainly can't do a complete investigation as to how this occurred. I'm not in a position to interview people like the policeman who supposedly, or fireman, who supposedly took this Bible out of the SUV after it was fully engulfed in flames, which is the claim that's being made here. Of course, the media is not going to do that sort of thing either. They are going to keep repeating the story in multiple outlets, mainstream outlets, that there is a miraculous survival of this Bible in car crash where the vehicle was completely engulfed in flames. And we certainly cannot expect the Christians who jumped on this as an example of a miracle to be skeptical or to be forthcoming and look at this and ask themselves exactly how did this happen. But what we can do is try to get an idea and examine what the possibilities are based upon the videos that are being posted and the conversations that are being made about this incident.
Jesus, the blood of Jesus, Lord, the blood, I plead the blood over you, Satan, you a lie. Jesus, 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 the blood of Jesus, Satan, you a lie. The blood of Jesus, the blood of Jesus.
And of course, the fact that one lady was praying the blood of Jesus over the entire operation while people were trying to rescue the man who was driving the car only adds to the sense of miraculous event that was occurring in the minds of believers. This posting is fairly typical. A number of people had two photographs or two video clips next to each other showing the car fully engulfed in flames, along with the policeman who is supposedly holding the Bible that he has taken from that vehicle after the Bible was rescued, and certainly after the driver was actually rescued by the passers-by who took him out in the video you just saw. A number of people posted videos or still photographs like this and actively defended that this proved that the Bible was taken out of that car after it had fully engulfed in flames. The irony is, if the photograph was really showing the policeman holding the Bible, which it is not, it would actually prove the opposite. It would have proven that he was holding the Bible and either he was fireproof by taking it out of the vehicle while it was fully engaged in flames, or he took it out before the passenger compartment became fully engaged in flames. But nevertheless, this is exactly what people were claiming. It proves that it was fully engaged in flames while the Bible was in there, and there you can see the policeman holding that Bible. But that isn't what actually happened. That still picture of the policeman supposedly holding the Bible comes from this video where it appears that he is clearly not holding something as big as a Bible. It appears to be in two parts, and I'm guessing it's a pair of gloves. But he's not holding the Bible, even though many people have pointed to that still photograph from this video clip as evidence that he was holding the Bible, and it's simply not the case. Ironically, this would help their case, but they're so quick to jump on this and say, oh, look at the miracle, that they hadn't bothered to think if he's holding the Bible and the car's still on fire, then clearly he must have gotten it out before it started on fire. But as I said, that isn't what happened, and that's not what he's holding. There was an extremely short segment of video where it sounded like someone on the audio was claiming that the Bible was in there when they picked it up. And maybe they're claiming that white segment there is where the Bible was when they picked it up. The thing is, you see on the right side of the Jeep a lot of different white debris, various papers that weren't consumed in the flames. They came out of the SUV at some point during the rescue operation, and it was on the downhill side. And if you'll notice the photographs of the flames, when the automobile was in, the SUV was in flames, you would notice that the doors were open and whatever was in there spilled out on the grass. You'll also notice that the grass itself, for the most part on the passenger side of the SUV, wasn't burned. Paper just inches away from the SUV wasn't burned. It's vastly more likely that the Bible was just one of many things that had fallen out of the SUV when they rescued the man. I can't even tell from the video whether they got the driver of the SUV out from the passenger side or the driver's side, because the video is obscured. But that's the difference between people wanting to leap on this and say it's a miracle versus getting your facts, being skeptical, and trying to find out what actually went on. It's outside of my ability to interview people, to look at, see bit by bit, understand every single thing that went on. But I think that it's extremely unlikely that that SUV, fully engaged in flames, left the Bible completely untouched. I mean, even the ends of the Bible aren't showing that they're singed. And I do note that there's a lot of foam being poured into the SUV, and it doesn't look like the Bible's even wet. Now, maybe that's just another miracle, or the Bible wasn't in there at the time that the passenger compartment was completely on fire. Additional information: some people claim that there was a passenger in the car, presumably in the right front seat. Was he supposed to be sitting on top of that Bible? He got out, if he was in there. In the confusion of what's going on, it's really hard to tell exactly what happened. I'm not even sure if there was a passenger, but there are some comments to the effect that the passenger in the vehicle said this or that, so I can't tell. Other news reports didn't actually make any mention of a passenger in the vehicle, so I don't know. But the fact is, it's apparent that to me that the Bible simply wasn't in the front seat of the SUV at the time it was completely engulfed in flames. Somebody can certainly say it was sitting on the passenger seat, and everybody is presuming that it was while it was fully engulfed in flames, but I'm finding that hard to believe.